Hi guys, what's up? It's Joel Pitt here, back with another video, and in this video, it'll be for Love Island All-Stars 2026, Series 3, Episode 19. I'll leave a link down below to Episode 18. Of course, there's going to be spoilers. So without further ado, let's get on with it. So, Tommy was speaking to Lucinda, I think in regards to Kira, because they were getting to know each other in Villa USA, and he sort of had, a connection with her. Kieran is glad he's back. He was saying to Sammy, because the other girls weren't taking an interest. Well, he just wasn't interested really, and he was missing Sammy. She's been quite miserable as well. They kissed. Whitney and Connor spoke. She talked about Yemen, because they've been getting on very well, more better than they have. Curtis and Millie spoke, and then, spoke to Zach and all. There was an instant connection, basically. They had a kiss. They slept in the same bed most nights, so they hugged. He ended up crying. Millie pulled Zach up to the terrace, and then, literally, as we were about to go, Curtis was literally in the bedroom, so it was quite awkward as well. They were, talking of where to seat Millie and Zach. She was mentioning, well, there's only one place really if we wanted to. So, yeah, they went to the Hideaway. Tommy and Helena spoke basically about the Sean and Lucinda connection. Lucinda wanted to speak to Belle. Belle just said, yeah, they deserve each other after literally she's been messed about. Lucinda and Millie spoke. It's been a bit emotional tonight, and really they'll deal with it in the morning. Carrington fell down the stairs. Then Helena grabbed Carrington. They went to the secret garden, and they had a kiss. Helena told Belle about the kiss, literally near the fire pit, right in front of Carrington. So yeah, I don't know if there's going to be a love triangle there, or Carrington's set on Helena. Millie told of Helena that she's going to the Hideaway. Belle kicked Sean out of bed. Whitney asked, where's he going to sleep? But I think she was like, that's not my problem, really. Lucinda hugged, and asked what happened. Grace was like, well, is Millie's middle name. Yeah, they were talking about, their names. So, yeah, Millie Grace something is a, real name. I can't remember what last name is. And then Woodworth is Zach's last name, and then she was like, Millie Woodworth. It could work, So in the beds we had Sammy and Imani. We had Jack and Curtis, Scott and Leanne. They were kissing. We had Belle on her own, Kyra and Cher, Millie and Zach in the Hideaway, the kiss, and then all the others. The guy, I think they might have been in separate beds or something. I'm not too sure. Sean made Lucinda a coffee. Jack, Curtis, Connor and Sean spoke. I think Jack, well, number one is Cher for him, and then talking about the Whitney situation. Some of the girls spoke. Millie told her the kiss the last night with Zach. He's a good kisser, and it's the best kiss that she's ever had in a while. I don't think she was saying, a guy's made her feel like this for ages. Kyra, she said she wants more pursuit from Tommy, and then wants to be courted. Tommy spoke of Lucinda and Sean. Belle and Carrington told the others of the situation, kissing Helena, etc. Connor and Whitney spoke. There was a kiss in front of him or something, saying I don't know exactly. Yeah, I think Whitney was in the bedroom or something, kissing Yemen. It was right in front of Connor, and it was just a bit, should she be doing that? But then, the besties now, they hugged. Carrington, Zach, they spoke, about the options good, but not in the same spot or something. Tommy pulled Sean for a chat. Connor pulled Imani. What you like in a relationship, Connor asked. Kyra asked Curtis about, the other seasons that he was in. How was that? Kyra wants 2 kids, saying one of each, and she dates to marry. Curtis type, athletic ambition. He asked about Tommy as well. Jack stole Kyra for a chat. Belle came up to near Lucinda, and got denied a chat by Lucinda. Carrington pulled Belle. Sean said to Lucinda, you know, he wanted to go to the secret garden, and then I don't know if it was true, but Belle was there, and then they were sort of laughing on their way, but I don't think she was laughing at her face, but they were just laughing along the way. They hugged and kissed in the garden. On the app, we had first look. Tommy feels betrayed as Lucinda and Sean crack on. Sean pursuing Lucinda leaves Tommy feeling betrayed, and their blatantly flirty trip to the secret garden sparks backlash in the villa. Distance has made the heart grow fonder for Sammy and Kieran. It would be very, very, very hard to make me switch up. I've been miserable. There's, you know, photos of that. How do you deal with a broken heart? So there's like a poll on that. There's 5 options. The majority is saying lean on my besties for support, 43%, followed by 22% cry into a tub of ice cream. And then there's a video. Curtis gets real about his feelings for Millie. BRB crying. Falling for someone you can't have. What Orcs moment made Millie do the face? It was her and Zach walked in on Curtis in the bedroom. Well, it was mostly her. Like, Zach wasn't there, but she saw it and then was like, whoa, close the door, you know. And there's a photo. It's the first kiss for Helena and Carrington. Are 2 peas in a pod growing down the secret garden. Helena and Carrington are finding out. There's a video exploring a connection that ended too soon. Not Helena and Belle debriefing about the guy they're both into as he sat right there as a photo. I just took him to the secret garden. Did you lips him? Yeah. And then there's a photo of Millie and Zach. What's your last name? Woodworth. Millie Woodworth. Yeah, how long into dating do you discuss marriage? There's a poll on it. There's 5 options. The majority, 33%, are saying months into our relationship. And then 23% is the next one, years in, not going to lie. Where did Sean go to sleep? He was alone in a single bed downstairs. Belle and Sean taking 2 very different approaches of video. The 2 ways of dealing with a breakup. Whitney and Connor may be over, but their friendship sure isn't. I do wish you all the best, and you're a lovely girl, and vice versa. You're like the best person ever. Besties. Could you be friends with an ex? Could you be friends with an ex-situationship? There's a poll on that. The majority, 71%, are saying if we ended on good terms, then yeah, why not? Followed by 24%, no chance whatsoever, and then 5%, I'm mates with all my exes, makes it easier for them when I run back to them. And then a video, a round of applause to Tommy for handling this like a true gent, confronting your boy for taking your girl. Could Connor and Imani be a vibe? 74% saying they'd be so cute together, and 26% are saying better off as pals. Carrington reassures Belle after kissing Helena in the secret garden. There's a video, when actions speak louder than words. Sean and Lucinda have a first kiss. There's a photo on that. I'll be the best boyfriend, I promise. And then there's some eyes. To be TBF, he does have unlimited pick and mix access, so I get it. Your prediction for how that secret garden kiss is going to go down with the rest of the villa. 82% saying a big storm coming. 15% will cause a little stir, and then 3% no one will find out. Have Millie and Zach brought romance to the villa? Tap for Amy, India and Sorrel's thoughts on last night's episode. And then a first look, heads are spinning after Lucinda gets called out. Shade is thrown towards Lucinda during Spin the Bottle, causing Scott and Sean go head to head again. By the way, that is all for this video. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one.